Hello all, and welcome to another collection video. Now, I wasn't sure exactly which games console I was going to do this time, considering, here we go, it's the Switch. So what I was going to say was, considering what I actually have here, hello, and what's complete, because a lot of my complete collections I don't have here at the moment. So what did I have that was complete? Well, I have all my Switch games. So I have this many Switch games. There you go. Yeah, I think that's quite a few. I mean, it's compared to some other collection I've seen online, it's not a lot. The Switch is not my most played console at all. So I'm going to go through these, I think, in alphabetical order. Starting with Astral Chain. Now, I'm going to sound like a broken record with all these Switch games because, as I just said, I don't play the Switch a lot. I've hardly played Astral Chain. I've played the tutorial at the beginning. It looked like a very cool game. Love the style of it. Platinum Games. Thought I'd give it a go. Yeah, I like what I played of it. There's a lot going on. Maybe it's a bit too fast paced for me right now. I am playing games with a much slower pace just lately, so I haven't decided to pick up Astral Chain again recently. So moving on to Blade Strangers. This is an import game. It wasn't released in PAL territories, but it's a fighting game. What's interesting about this one is it comes with reversible cover. It also comes with an instruction manual. I think it also came with a keyring as well. But yeah, it's quite nice to get a Switch game with an instruction manual. And how is it to play? Yeah, it's alright. It's not the best fighting game ever. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple to play. Not bad by any means, but I haven't found myself wanting to go back to it recently. Notice a trend here? The Switch games aren't really keeping me playing them. Dragon Ball FighterZ, I got this before I got the Xbox One version, which I don't know, I've probably played them both about the same amount of time. This is a very competent port of what I would have thought was quite a demanding game, but it plays perfectly well on the Nintendo Switch, and if you want this game portably, then do pick it up. It's a fantastic fighting game. Next up, something I kind of regret getting, the Guilty Gear 20th Anniversary Pack. Now, the reason I say I regret getting it, because I probably would have just preferred to buy these games on the eShop and have them on the console and not need to have the cartridge in there. I know a lot of people favour physical media, and well, I appreciate physical media for a number of reasons. In the case of a pick up and play fighting game like Guilty Gear, yeah, I didn't know they were going to get released on the store separately. But as it is, this contains two games, Guilty Gear and Guilty Gear XX Accent Core. Oh my gosh, these titles. Guilty Gear XX Accent Core plus R. So the first Guilty Gear and the last one of that Guilty Gear series, the 2D Guilty Gear series, to be released. This came in a bigger box with an art book and such, and I got it on release. So you can tell I like fighting games, if you didn't know that already. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This was a lovely gift from my good friend Gareth one Christmas, and it's very cool and very colourful, and yeah, it's a turn-based tactical shooter type thing. Yeah, it's got a puzzle, slight puzzle elements to it. It's really well made, very colourful. It's a good game. It's not one I've come back to recently. It's quite a slower paced game, and now I'm kind of feeling more like I'm into slower paced games than this one. It's probably going to get a play again soon, I hope. This isn't as simple as it needs to be. Mario Tennis Aces. Yeah, I'm quite disappointed with this because wasn't all I hoped it would be in a way. I'd prefer a simpler game in that's more in line with Mario Power Tennis. This one has some more complicated special moves you can do, which I don't care for, and have meant that I haven't returned to this at all. Yeah, this isn't going so well. Mario Sonic Olympics, it's alright, yeah. I mean, it's nothing the other Olympics games haven't done before, really. Oh, well, other than a couple of new events, like sport climbing, surfing and skateboarding. This is okay when you've got friends to play it with. Of course, during lockdown, it's not seen a lot of action. However, it does have online play, so maybe I could try some of that out. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, my most played Nintendo Switch game probably. This is a remake of Pokemon Yellow. Lovely facelift, lovely new game mechanics, make the game very streamlined and enjoyable to play. I'd recommend this. Even if you're new to Pokemon, this is a great place to start. If you're going off Pokemon Go and want your first Pokemon experience, this is really what this game's been designed to be, and I had a lot of fun with it. Played this for numerous hours, completed the whole game, and I think I caught all the Pokemon. Great game. Pokemon Shield, lovely presentation. Everything's been refined really well in this game. The menus, you know, the ease of playing. The only thing I would say about this game is it is incredibly easy. I breezed through this, didn't lose a single Pokemon battle. It was lacking, I think, in the story department, especially compared to Sun and Moon, which was the first Pokemon game to actually make me empathise with the game's characters, which I'd never done before. I never actually had that level of immersion in a Pokemon game. And in that respect, this was a step backwards in terms of story, but in terms of user friendliness and visuals and such, this is really good. But it's easy. If you're a long time Pokemon player, you'll breeze through this. You won't really get that much from it. And now there's too many Pokemon to collect. The likelihood of you catching everything, you're going to have to put so many hours into this game, and after finishing the main game I didn't feel like returning to it. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, this is a limited run release. I really like this on PS4. I thought, well, yeah, I get the Switch version, play it portably, because it is a very good game. Oh, here we go. It's got a manual as well, which is, again, as I mentioned, always nice to see. So it's a good fighting game. I recommend Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Scribblenauts Showdown, I haven't played. This is more of a multiplayer game. I got it very, very cheap. I like the previous Scribblenauts games. When I've got a few people over, I would like to give this a go. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, an okay fighting game. What more can I say? It's not particularly memorable, looks nice enough, plays nice enough. I played through it once, and I don't think I've ever played it again. Not a glowing review. Maybe I should come back to this and give it another go. South ParkFractured but Whole. I bought this because I thought I really wanted to play the sequel, but then I never finished Stick of the Truth. So I had this ready and waiting, and I thought, well, better get it on the Switch because I'm more likely to play it. I can play it on long journeys and such, but yeah, what's holding me off playing this is the fact that I need to spend some more time with Stick of Truth. Splatoon 2, beautiful game, love the design of this. I like that they've added new things like the salmon run. It's got that lovely cover. I played it a little bit, it's a good game. Again, it's just not something I felt like returning to just lately. I played it a little bit when I first got it. Similar to Splatoon 1, of course it is, you know, it's got the extra modes, but essentially it's more Splatoon. And yeah, Splatoon for me isn't a game that held my attention for that long. Oop. Starlink, never played it. I've watched someone else play it. Got this obscenely cheap, mainly wanted it for the Arwing ship. After seeing good friend Matt play this. Yeah, I'm not really that excited about playing this one. This sounds terrible. Okay, so all changes here. This game is fantastic. I wish Nintendo would release more original games developed specifically for the Switch, as opposed to re-releasing everything on the Wii U, because I've already bought all those games and for the most part played all those games. So anything new from Nintendo is interesting to me. However, I'm not a fan of the Animal Crossing franchise. I'm not a fan of Smash Brothers. I'm not really a fan of Paper Mario games because I'm not huge into RPGs. I do like great 3D Nintendo platformers, and this is the best game on the Switch. This is the reason I bought Switch. It's fantastic, although kind of short-lived. It's a kind of short game, but it was a great experience. It's a great game. Team Sonic Racing. It's fantastic. A lot of fun, played for quite a while. My major criticism of it would be, however, that there's some mini games in the main story mode, mini challenges that don't involve racing, which are stupidly difficult and prevent progress through the rest of the game. So while this game is really good, that element of it holds it back for me. But yeah, this is another one of the games on the Switch I played quite a bit. Now, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. So I played this on PS4 and really liked it. Liked it so much that I wanted to get the Switch version. Ever since getting the Switch version, I haven't really played it. So it's terrible, isn't it? I will come back to this at some point. It's very good though. It's very unique. Wasn't received that well when it came out, but I think it's a very cool, enjoyable arcade style game. But there's a lot of sort of variation in this, and some stuff's better than other stuff. I'll have to admit, but it's cool. There's nothing else quite like it. Oof. And that brings us to the last physical game I have for Switch, and this was another limited release from Super Rare, Worms WMD. Now, I like this game a lot. I have it on PS4 and Xbox One and every format under the sun because I collect Worms games, so I had to get this one. I haven't really played it much on Switch, but it's nice to have the option if I'm travelling to be able to play this one. You get not really a manual, but a little piece of paper with a picture on and some cards with it. So I'm really happy to have this, but yeah, it's more for the collection as opposed to anything else. So I like the colour of it. The other boxes are blue, this one did in purple. Okay, so that's all my Switch games, but I will say that these three are my most played physical Switch games. I could recommend all three of these games. The next most played game would be Pokemon Shield. However, if you were to choose between one, either Shield or Let's Go, I'm kind of tempted to go for Let's Go, but most played Switch games, there we have it. That brings me to the end of the video. I hope it hasn't been too much of a Switch downer. I do enjoy playing the Switch, but a lot of the games I have are digital only and not physical. So yeah, there's plenty more digital games that I could recommend, but we're only talking about a physical collection, and this, my friends, is my physical Switch collection. Hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I don't know if there's any games there that you might have seen for the first time or been inspired to try out, but if that is the case, then that's great, and I'm glad this video could be helpful. But there we have it, Nintendo Switch. I'll see you again soon for another video. It's goodbye for now.